What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pod Scum. I am your host, your bastard of ceremonies, the one and only Reckless Rex Ruger. That, of course, if you couldn't tell by that luscious mustache, is the Freddie Mercury puppet. We're back with another amazing episode. My guest is here, so we are getting into it and chopping it up ASAP. That's ASAP for you guys keeping score at home. And here we go. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, yes.
Oh, good. And you can see me too. Oh, look, cool. Okay, great.
Yep, I can see and hear you. And first of all, man, right off the rip, man, I want to say, when I was getting stuff together to talk to you about, Ugly Kid Joe currently out on tour. So you are not a part of that?
No, I'm not touring now.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Has it gotten to the point where you just get to the, where you just enjoy your creature comforts and you've got your life and touring has just become a hassle?
Yeah,
I get that.
I did I think I might have told you last time, but when I turned 50, 2017, I was like, instead of doing the traditional birthday thing, which I believe is like family in Texas or whatever we were going to get together, but I called a witness. I said, man, it'd be kind of cool to go on tour. And that turned into like a 3-year fucking birthday.
Yeah.
And then again, and then I was thinking, well, I'm done then. And then we had suddenly they wanted to tour America again. So I figured, well, shit, well, the States, we hadn't done the States in so long. I figured, well, I should go on that. And then, and then I felt like after that one, I'm good, man. I'm not really that into it anymore, really.
I can kind of relate to that being 52 myself, though, man, because you got to get to a point where you just enjoy your creature comforts and you just enjoy the sanctity of home.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get to the point where, probably a lot of travel, an over amount of travel, like you would be doing. That just seems like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like it weighs out on the scale to me to staying home.
Yeah, and I'm. I love mixing and producing and whatever's happening in that world. And whatever. I'm older. It's just one of those things. When I think about it, I'm like, yeah.
I've never done that.
It's a blast, and I love to be around those guys and do all that stuff. But it's just like I tire easily.
Right. Yeah, I hear that, man. And so I want to ask, because everyone obviously knows you as a guitar player for Ugly Kid Joe, but how did you get started in producing? Is that just something where it's like baptism by fire? You jump in and just take your stab at it, or do you take some type of course? Or
no, long ago. It started way early for me. I think I don't know when I got my first 4-track. I was just obsessed with it. Like, it started really when I was a kid. And I had gotten, I was a guitar player. I started like as a drummer or whatever, snare drum and band, trumpet player.
Yeah.
And then I started playing electric guitar about 7th grade, I think, like that. And somewhere along the line, about 9th grade, I had gotten like a stereo chorus pedal. And I had 2 amps in my fucking room. And I was like, whoa, like this, I started getting fascinated with that. Then that led to my high school band, SX. And so then I bought what the fuck was the name of that thing, man? A Roland something. I got this rack mount, and it had all these effects on it. And so I got fascinated with that thing. I had that thing, it was a pretty expensive unit back then. So I bought that and I just sit there noodling with it all day in my room and listening to all the different effects. So then that led, one thing leads to another. Then I got a 4-track, and then I started wanting to record my band, and then whoever really, this other band, the Phantoms, I did some stuff with them. I would just
on some level, you loved playing though, right? Because a lot of guys just go straight to producer though. You've also had a career as a musician.
During that time, my goal was to play guitar as a guitar player. But alongside all of that, I was obsessed with 4-track recording at first, and then the band I was in, we bought like a console, like a live one, and I'd take that console like at the drummer's house, John LeCali, and I would stick the console. I think we had it on the floor in like a bedroom. We were running all cables out to the other room where we practiced, and I was just I was obsessed with trying to get sounds on it. Then at one point I got another one, Audio something Technica, whatever it used to be called back then. I don't think it was them. I think it's microphones, but And I put that in my mom's house in my room. And then I really started going after it, and I started doing all sorts of recording and 4-tracking myself. And I got the bug that early on. And then throughout all that time, as I went to Los Angeles, hooked up, even in Sugartooth, the band I was in before I joined Ugly Kid Joe, I was demoing out songs in the apartment I lived in. And then when I got Ugly Kid Joe, as soon as we had gotten off the road, it was a steady 2 years on the road, right? When I joined.
Right.
And we got to go to the studio, make America's Least Wanted. And so that was my first real experience, like, whoa, we're in the big studio, and I got to see all that.
So it'd be safe to say you're self-taught then. Self-taught
all
producing.
All the way through. And I started to demo, me and Klaus had gotten home. Both got houses in Santa Barbara. And then first thing, the reason I bought mine was because some guy had a recording studio in the garage already. Yeah. So I just took that over, got ADATs, got a Mackie, and started hammering away at it. So then when the band broke up, I was like, fuck, I could start recording bands out of my garage. And that led to, I did the first Snot demos.
Yeah. I've had Mikey on. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Me and Mikey go way the fuck back to the very, in Santa Barbara. I mean, he was. Is there a
specific album that really has a soft spot for you? I imagine, when you start doing something like that, the first album that you actually produced that actually has your stamp on it has got to be pretty special. What was that album? Was it Crowbar?
No, the first, what was it, man? The first release that actually was like an indie release for me probably was, because some of the people I knew, like Mad Dog, Mike Combs had come down, because Cadillac Tramps, who I loved, right? Well, I used to love them live. They had a live record, and they wanted me to mix it, so that ended up coming out on an indie. And then actually recording a band was with the Mystic Crew of Clearlight in New Orleans. And that was Jimmy Powell and those guys had come in. And then that, from there, that's what really kind of started it. That got the attention of everybody in the NOLA scene.
You did. Yeah, you have worked with a lot of great NOLA bands. I'm actually hoping to go see. They're coming to Syracuse here next month. I'm hoping to go see that. I've had a couple of the guys from Crowbar on. I've had Jimmy from I Hate God. Crowbar and I Hate God are going out together, a tour that everyone's been wanting for a while, man. So that's going to be rumbling through Cuse, and they've extended the offer to come watch the show, hang out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and Jesus, that album from Clearlight actually got it got Phil's attention, Phil Anselmo, because he's from where I'm from. And he had moved over on the North Shore, where I'm from, actually, from New Orleans, where he lived before. I'm from 40 minutes out on the north side of the lake right here. Yeah. So he heard the Clearlight and was fascinated that it was, not on tape or anything. It was just ADATs. And so he wanted to come check out doing Superjoint, in which he did end up doing. I did 2 albums with him.
Yeah.
And then that, of course, opened the door for everyone, like Soylent Green, Crowbar, and on and on.
I don't think people really realize that the NOLA metal scene, man, has got some real powerhouses, man. When you really dig deep, man, there are some amazing bands. I mean, Soylent Green is amazing.
Yeah.
There's some great, the NOLA scene is worth checking out, man. It's a scene unto itself, man. It set its own mark.
Yeah, but heavy. I mean, it's
sludgy
too, man. Yeah. Even back then, they even look like the NOLA scene, those guys do, man.
Yeah.
Which is
really, what would you say the album is that really stands out the most, though, as far as success? You did very well. There was 17 million copies of an Evanescence album, right?
Yeah, well, that's for just an album itself is the most successful record I've ever had.
Crazy,
sure,
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, since the podcast last time, which was I think 2022 at some point, right? I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, we went diamond in America since then.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think even more amazing, man, in an era where the physical product is not as prevalent too. It's harder to sell a whole album nowadays. Even on the platforms, people are a track by track world now. They buy songs they like, you know, so.
Yeah. Now, luckily, Fallen, that came out March 2003, back when we were slinging them. I think 1999, man, back in per CD. Those things were hot caking out the door. Fuck, it was insane. I mean, I looked at RIAA the other day, just shits and giggle, and they have the dates of when it got like when Fallen got certified gold.
Yeah.
And then when it got certified platinum, it was only like 2.5 weeks after.
That's crazy.
Things were.
That's crazy.
I don't know if the certifications are exactly right, because I know that I used to watch Hits Daily Double. It's like you can go see like how much it's going to sell that week before it comes out. And so I would, I'd go look at that and I'd be like, "Whoa, my God, man, we fucking did another 100,000 this week," and it was insane. So I don't know.
Amy Lee's incredible. Incredible.
She's amazing. Oh yeah, man.
And I don't share a lot of my own personal life. I obviously use a moniker on here, man. But I will share this with you, that my wife's actual maiden name was Amy Lee.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I actually, I remember when I first started dating her, a lot of my friends asked me if she was an Asian girl. Oddly enough, she's not. But I mean, but that's instantly where people's minds went.
I think Lee is like, like John Smith and
right. And so what was when your upbringing? I don't know if we talked about this last time, man. Like, were your parents supportive of you being a musician? Because they're both teachers, correct?
Yeah, they were educators. Yeah, my dad was a trumpet player. Fucking A. There was no resistance there. My mom was, all the way through was supportive. I mean, because she could see it. She, I was playing live early on in high school. All sorts of things were happening locally with my band performing out when we were drawing so many people.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a musical household. Your parents played a lot of music. Was it very musical?
My brothers, I had 2 older brothers, and it was nonstop. I mean, later in my life, I asked my mom, like, how the hell did you even handle it? Because at one point, you have 3. We have a little tiny house, about 1,200 square feet, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bedrooms in there. So me and my brother Brent shared a bedroom, and then John had another bedroom, and then my mom had her room. Well, it was a piano in my mom's room. Trumpet practice would be going on in the other room, and then there was a full drum set, man, in my brother John's room. And so somebody's whacking away at the fucking drums in there.
God bless your parents. God bless your parents. That's usually the instrument no parent wants to see in their house, a drum set.
A small house, man. You go, like, now I go in that house, I'm like, what? Like, how the hell did we? And friends would always sleep over. Like, how she dealt with that many boys, like, especially cranking trumpets loud, man. There'd be 2 different trumpet parts going off. Well, me and Brent would be practicing trumpet. And John, too. John went all the way through, like, doing, in the orchestra at Fort Worth playing trumpet,
And so who's out right now currently with Ugly Kid Joe on tour in your place? And, like, do you still talk and keep up with the guys?
Of course. No, we're working on music right now. I'm mixing.
Yeah, you guys are one of those bands where everyone's always gotten along really good too, man. You guys are you guys are a laid back, affable bunch of guys.
No, it's official. There are just certain people you're supposed to live this life with. Me and Whit and Klaus are just some of those people. And we have been from day one. It's just the way it's going to be. It's the way it is.
Yeah. And so, you guys are too nice. You guys are too nice to have a song called "Everything I Hate About You."
Klaus is a masterpiece right there.
It is.
He wrote it like when he was young too. It was sort of a.
Hey, but let me say though, man, that I play that song a lot in my car because my grandkids really love it. And the vocals at the end though, man, when he goes kind of a cappella there and that little run is fucking amazing though. He has an incredible voice. All kidding aside.
And to this day, man, I told him he's one of the few people that gets better the more he fucking sings. The older he gets, he's stronger than ever. I mean, Jesus, I just saw like that Ozzy thing. He knocked out of the ballpark. And I saw like a version of them out doing, what the hell was the fucking song? Maybe it was even just Milkman or one of those, and it sounded so good. I was like, wow, it never fails, man. Whit can slay the dragon, man, live every time.
And the album that you guys did, Cast in the Cradle, man, that's obviously like a cover tune, man. How do you guys decide on which song is the tune you're going to cover? Did you all put a vote in? How did you guys arrive at that song?
They had done like before I joined the band, I was friends. We were hanging out for I don't know about a year, I guess, before up in Isla Vista.
Yeah,
we were friends through our common lawyer, which was their manager, this guy Dennis. And but I saw him at a kegger one time in IV, and they played "Cats in the Cradle," and so they'd already been doing it, as a cover song.
Okay.
And we just figured, we're going to throw it on there because it was a really good version. And Mark Dotson, the producer, really, really loved it. But at the point we recorded it, at least as far as I remember, the thought wasn't like, oh, this is going to be a big single. I think it got spun. Maybe Johnny Dare might have done it. I think in Denver or wherever he's at.
I remember it being huge when it came out, though. It was on all the time.
I think it just got spun, and it wasn't deliberate right away. Because I remember Bob Scoro saying we had to go make a fucking video for it because it was spreading or whatever that was. It just kind of organically caught fire. I think, man, it's been a long time. I don't know. Fuck, I'm old enough. Probably.
Well, I think it was cool, man, because it's a rocked up version of what people know as the original. Is kind of more like a folksy song. You know what I mean? So like you guys dirtied it up and rocked it up some, though, man. I think which made it kind of cool. But still, yet managed to keep it somewhat of a ballad too, which was nice.
Yeah, it came out. Mark knocked that shit out of the ballpark, man. That thing came out great. The production on it and his mix on it, all of it. It just came out. It did so good for us. I mean, the video was, the rotation on that.
Well, I don't want to gloss over the fact that you did mention, though, that you guys are working on new music. I think fans would be I would be remiss if I didn't pick up on that and ask: is there a timeline on when fans could expect a new Ugly Kid Joe music?
Next year, for sure. Yeah. I'm going through now. We're going to patch up in about a week and a half here. Witt's coming back down to do another Animal. Is doing another record as well. With Shannon, and then while he's here, we're going to get a few more patches on. We have 3 additional tracks that we are adding as well. So I'm about 8 songs deep on mixes, and then I'm going to get those patched and mix those. Then get them mastered, and then they'll start to work it probably next year, I would imagine, and then use it as the tour and all that stuff, to go.
And will we see another, without revealing it right away, obviously, man, you got to keep some of this stuff disclosed, but will it have another clever album title? You guys are known for the clever album titles. Rad Wings of Destiny.
Yeah,
they're good. They're creative.
Big on that. Yeah, and I know him and there's a few being tossed around that are fucking.
I love Rad Wings of Destiny, man, because it's based off of a Judas Priest album. Judas Priest has a big soft spot in my heart, man. They kind of got me into metal. They're like the gateway for me, man.
Rad Wings of Destiny. Yeah, there's a couple, man. I ain't gonna throw it out there because I don't know what they'll choose, but they're really good. They're funny. The ones
but you had some people though, man. Oddly enough, was it on the first album? You guys had Rob Halford on a track.
The goddamn devil, yeah, he sang that. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy sounding. That outro part, especially, is rad.
I'm looking at some of the people that were on that first album, though, man. Tell me what it was like working with a couple of these people, though, man. Stephen Perkins. I'm assuming that this is the drummer from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, he came in and did percussion. Yeah, it was great. Really cool guys, man. Dean from Infectious Groove played Wawa, I believe. It's been a long time. Can't really remember. Wawa, pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, Mark Dotson had done the Infectious record prior to Ugly Kid Joe, so he already had that connection lined up, so we could do that and hooked us up with the Rob Halford thing, I believe. Yeah. And
then on the second album, Lemmy. Come on, man, that's fucking crazy, man. Halford and then Lemmy, man. You guys are wow.
Yeah, Witt. He's the metal gods of England love Witt, man. So
go big or go home, man. Get legends if you can get them. Shit,
no, man. He's had wonderful friendships with these guys for forever. I mean, Glenn Tipton bros. It's crazy to even say it.
Yeah.
And KK Downey, who's on this new record. We got KK playing leads.
Awesome.
A song called
"Oh My God, man." Yeah, and so what's the creative process like when you guys are putting these songs together, man? Everybody kind of pitching in?
Yeah, well, now we have this one for the first time to this extent. Me and Witt have gotten in a really good rhythm together as far as writing, and that is really just in this room right here. We just sit here and start bashing it out. Ideas that he had, and not alone. I think I don't know. It's like 7 or 8, maybe 9 songs in the first round. Of course, I do writing on my own. Klaus does writing on his own. Right. So the original idea was we go 3-3-3 each guy, and Witt songs are me translating them obviously to get them into music and getting parts and doing all that stuff. So yeah, the co-writes have really been amazing this round. what me and him have come up with. I love some of that stuff. Klaus has maybe the greatest song he's ever written is on this thing called "Losing My Mind." That fucking song! It's just a great story.
Yeah.
You'll see it you'll hear when it comes out. But yeah, we're stoked on it, man. This is some cool.
When a song how does it usually start with a Great Ugly Kid Joe song? An opening line, a riff, a title? Like, how does it usually work with you guys?
It depends. Independent, like, well, it'd have to be independently. Like me, for the stuff I write, a number of ways. It could start mostly I'll go with progressions or riffs that I've written, and then it works for me to lay them down and then have that blasting in headphones. And then sometimes I have to get on the mic and it actually just starts spitting shit out, and somehow it just kind of clicks. And then, or I'm driving in the car and I'll put it on without any vocals on it. And I'll start to go, that's, Milkman's Son was written that way. That was how I did that. Or we're driving around in my car in Santa Barbara. I started to come up with the hook, and then eventually there it is. But now for me and Whit, now he kind of writes hooks all the time. He's got a million of them ready to go.
Yeah.
And so he will sing me whatever hook he's got. And then also the riffs too. I mean, he's like Cities on Fire is like his mouth riffs on there, which is it's really, really cool. And for that side of it, boy, he really shined on this record. There's a lot of those, like his vision of this song called 13 Stairs.
Yeah.
And they are essentially the vocal hooks that he already kind of had, but then I just took them and translated them into reality in music,
And for fans that are obviously, you mentioned at the top of the interview, not out on the road with the guys now. Does this mean you are done completely touring, or could you be possibly popping on to tours if they? No,
I'm out, man. Yeah, I'm touring. Yeah, I'm good. I got my fill.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I'm there. Why not?
How about your own creative process though? Like, do you? I know sometimes you get like two trains of thought on here. A lot of guys seem to get sparks of creativity spontaneously throughout the days. Some people treat it like a job, and they go into a room and just stay in there and create music. What's it like for you?
A lot. There's a mixture of it, So a lot of times I'm just sitting there and like I'll get a riff or sort of a vibe of a riff in my head, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I gotta lay that down," and I'll hum it over the phone. That's what the same as Whit. He hums them over the phone, and so he's got them. Or I'll forget it. I'll go to sleep and forget it. Everybody's got the double album they lost by going to bed and not having some kind of recorder. Every songwriter's got that. Just a full double album. We used to say that you get your double album back when you die. They finally give it back to you, like, wow, oh fuck, I forgot that one. Shit. But yeah, and so I'll just something will come to me, and then a lot of times I'll have a riff, and I'll just do the music to it, and then shit'll pop in my head, and lyrically, it happens all sorts of ways. There is no really one way. It's just a multitude of shit for me to come up with it. And then a lot of times I just got to sit there and hammer it out. If I really want to get it done, I got to sit down and often crank it on headphones, turn the mic on, and start humming shit. And then through that process, somehow my brain clicks and goes, "Oh, this might work really well there," So,
is there anybody that's like a wish list of people that you would love, that you would love to be producing or working with?
I don't know. Not really. I don't really sit around and think about it. I mean, shit, man. I put a lot of trophies on the wall.
Yeah,
my time.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm always down for whatever. I just love to work with people and try to enhance whatever they're doing, whoever they are. Let's assume like everybody else in the world, man. Why not? More famous, the fucking better.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Probably hear what we're trying to pull off, but no, I don't sit around going like, I wish I could produce Metallica, because you got to look at reality. That's probably not going to happen.
I did just see them live though, man, and Suicidal and Pantera opened for them, and listen, man, everybody was pretty damn good though, man. Still,
yeah, no doubt. Phil sounds great. God damn, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm so proud of him. That is incredible. I've been wishing for this for a long fucking time, man.
Yeah, and for all those people out there that just thought it was going to be a cash grab and that there wasn't heart involved in this, man. Obviously, Zach and Charlie are part of that inner circle, man. Like they were like, it's a good fit. They didn't just get hired guns.
No, man, no, at all. Now they were tight, man. I've actually met. They came, Diamond Vinny and I think Charlie Scott, or maybe it was just Charlie. I forget. They all came out in Texas and Dallas one time and saw us play.
That's cool.
So, yeah, they were hanging. I mean, forever they've known each other. But the whole thing is going so good. They're doing such a good job on social media.
Yeah.
Thing. This is kind of they're giving us an insight into like themselves as they go about this tour, and that is genius. And that's sort of what you got to do.
And now they're getting real exposure because they're playing stadiums with Metallica, so even the bigger audience is getting to see them and appreciate what they do.
The music's legendary, man. People want to hear it, and this is the age of live shows where that it's really become the thing.
Yeah,
it really is, and then people appreciate it, and they sound great. That's mostly what's going on. Is they're fucking great. Period.
Yeah,
they're just going out and killing it, man. You just listen to it and try to pick it apart, and it's fucking killer sounding. It sounds really, really good.
Well, you mentioned Dean Pleasance too, man. It's nice to see Suicidal out on a bill like that too, because they're getting to be exposed to a bigger audience.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Amazing. Yeah,
love that.
Well, because it was an alternating tour, but the one that came through Syracuse was the package with Suicidal and Pantera, so I was happy about that. Yeah, and the songwriting process though, is pretty effortless and easy because you've been with these guys for so long. Does it get easier?
Well, it's different. Yeah, I mean, it certainly the surprising thing was who knew? I mean, me and Whit just decided, I don't know when, in 2023, I was just like, let's just fucking come down and let's just fucking go for it, and then we just sat and nailed out like 7-8 songs in a row within about 12 days or something like that. That could be inaccurate. It might have been shorter, might have been a little longer, but it was pretty quick. We got them knocked out. Then we started realizing, wow, this whole translation thing really, really works for me to be able to pull riffs out of his head, make them into reality, and then have them lay them down to a drum machine, and then just have them come start singing stuff. And we just go over and over and over and over and over. And then once we can hear it, then we start correcting parts and doing all that stuff. But I would say that part is brand new and really, really easy for us to do. We just did it again. We wrote 2 more in another session that was this last, I don't know when it was here, March, whatever. But so that part's really easy. Yeah, but for like me and Klaus were majority songwriters from every on out. Klaus was on America's Least Wanted. Then we both are writing all the way through everything else. So it's been the same for me. It's definitely not gotten easier. It's sort of just I got to do whatever I normally do, and it somehow works out. And
what is the general consensus of the length of a project, man? Like, what makes more sense, an LP or an EP?
Right now, an LP for sure.
Yeah,
we have the material. Why not? Might as well put it out. We like, I think all of the songs. Almost. Yeah. There's a few we didn't even complete because me and Whit wrote like a gazillion. I think it's probably 2 other ones we're not using. We didn't finish them up. But man, I think there's like 12 songs or something.
Yeah. Well, I obviously opinions differ nowadays. I mean, sometimes you see people putting out like smaller pieces of work. I'm old school, so I like when a full album comes out.
Yeah, man. People are just streaming it anyway. Let them have a bunch of choices because that's everybody does. I do that. I just like go skim through if somebody puts a record out.
I would imagine without looking though, man, that some of your songs though on the streaming platforms, and I'm just talking off the top of the cuff here, man. I don't know. I don't have any factual numbers, but I would think some of your songs have had to do incredibly well on the streaming platforms. I can imagine a lot of people have listened to Everything About You.
Yeah, those are up there for sure. I don't know what
Cradle, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the measurement bar is on what's huge and what's not, but I know those do good numbers each year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
royalty checks coming in and stuff from them, which shows that somebody's listening.
And so what do you have on the horizon, man? Like, what are you currently working on, man? Before I let you out of here, man, you got to pimp yourself a little bit here at the end, you know?
Yeah, I just finished, which was hard work, but fun as hell, man. Was Godsmack's gonna use the Mohegan Live concert as their new DVD and the new double live album. So I just fixing all that and going through, and you know, me and Sully had talked about it, you know, to try to get one like I did one, I think in 2012 or something, live inspired, but we didn't really have a vision on like to try to make it actually sound like a real live concert, but then have good audio at the same time, which is really difficult to do. And the bar was really like Frampton Comes Alive. The way that sounds, you know, like you can hear people talking and shit, like in which, you know, when the song goes to a break, there's some dude here over in the right side talking.
Yeah.
And so that stuff's all in there, man. It was quite a journey for me to figure out how to get all that to work. And especially that one thing, I found audience mics that I could actually make sound correct in the audio, but then there's this one dude, it's off to the right side, you know, yelling. He's like, so I'd have to go dip this guy out, you know, if he would yell. Sometimes even take another section of audience, like to where if it was a break where there was no music to where you couldn't tell, I would just take another section of audience and just like crossfade it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I a lot of hoops, man, and you know, they wanted to keep the original performances as well. So, you know, I went ahead and comped out, I think 5 shows of vocals, and they're not to a click. So I had to do a lot of timing and trying to piece them in there because, you know, we might as well get the maximum. It's still from a live performance,
right?
Different arena, but the band now is running the entire thing.
That's kind of old school though, man. I like hearing the band releasing a live album though. That's cool.
Yeah, it came out really good, man. It's badass. It sounds great. And the DVDs, Dan Catullo's company, and those guys edited it and made it. It's really cool. That's a really, really good video.
And now, when you listen to music, when you're doing stuff like around the house, man, you're hanging out at the crib, you put some music on, man. Do you listen to stuff that's pretty familiar to you, or do you ever find new music that you enjoy?
Oh, I'm a mixed head, so I'm always listening. To no matter what genre, I'm trying to figure out like what the, you know, guys that are moving forward in the mix world and what are they mixing and how, you know, how are they getting the emotion through, and you know what, you know, like somebody mixing 5 number 1s in a row. I want to know, you know, what's going on. Yeah, so I listen for techniques and stuff like that, but I like to check new projects. I like all kind of stuff, man. I like to see where things are going, like where, you know, country music has really gone into this cool different world. And it, you know, the songs, man, the songwriting in that world over there is really amazing. And some of it, you know, Morgan Wallen's record, I mean, I don't know, they're working on, I don't know, 8, the single number 8 or something. Like, I think even the last record was 10, or I don't know, it was a shitload. Yeah. But it's like that, you know, it's so good. The songs are so good. It's like, well, I don't blame them. Put them all out. Fuck. You know?
Yeah. I imagine your line of work, it's good to keep tabs though. Like, like as you say, just to see what people are doing creatively out there.
For sure. And it's really nothing more than just my own fascination with it, my own curiosity and wanting to grow and understanding mixing in Pro Tools. Because that's right now, some of the, you know, Jim Cooley, the top mixer, in my opinion, in Nashville right now is I think a generation behind me. And is all the way in Pro Tools, nothing outboard. He's just all the way in the computer, and it is incredible the amount of hugeness that this dude is pulling off, and his choices of like drum samples and what he's using for it. It's something, man. It really, really is. And so then I'll study that, and I'll also go study what are the new generation guys doing in productions, you know. Drew Folk and with his guy Jeff Dunn that are doing a lot of albums now in rock. I love that. I love going to listen to all his stuff because it's from my book of like how, you know, kitchen sink it, man. Throw every fucking thing you got at it. Yeah. And shit going off, his stuff going on everywhere, and the sonic part of it is so good. There's a number of dudes, Tyler Smith's little dude that mixes. They're all in the box too, which is great. Yeah, so whatever, I'll just be skimming across all sorts of stuff, And I was blown away with, when Post Malone had come out and said "I Want to Be" song or whatever, I started listening to that great song, but then you listen to what is being done sonically.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like we're finally seeing across the whole board. It's remnants. I guess. Yeah, it's like not remnants. I don't know what the word is, but like. It's techniques and tricks that were, in my opinion, back with like Swedish House Mafia and this really the EDM type verbs, like reverbs, and like the spatial aspects of what makes 100,000 people on X dance around. But those verbs are like.
Yeah. But plus everything is always changing too. It's one of those things where technology is always going to be evolving and stuff's going to get antiquated quickly. You have to keep up, I mean.
Certainly, yeah. And there's so many new plugins and things. Pro Tools sounds great now. It took me forever to get away from having to mix on a console. But I like it now though. I'm like, oh, okay, I can make this actually sound right, to my ear.
But what's the argument, though, for purist rock fans, though, who might say too much Pro Tools is a bad thing and you can make anybody sound like a rock star, though, man? I mean, does it diminish it? In your opinion, as a producer, man, can it diminish, talent?
Well, it's not because everybody's on it now. I mean,
that's true.
It doesn't really matter what it does because that's what everybody listens to now. So, there's no. I mean, you can have opinions about it all day long, but the fact is, you wouldn't know the difference. You could listen to whatever, you wouldn't know if it was box or board or no Pro Tools or tape. It doesn't really matter because a lot of people are doing it all in Pro Tools in the box, but they're not, gridding, which is timing everything out to the 64th note on drums,
right?
And then the only time I really start to notice the gridding effect is when everything's gridded and not just the drums. If you just grid a drum set and time it, like I've done it in times, as it sounds right, fucking sounds perfectly in time. I like it. Well, then you play a guitar to it, and if a guitar is not gridded, then that thing's kind of floating on it. So then the human mind is not going to hear that everything's timed like that. But there are people that go and do metal, and what they do is they use the DI, which you can see the transient in the waveform on the DIs. No distortion, because the distortion is just like you can't tell what the fuck's going on. But if you get a DI signal, then you can then go in and assign the timing markers or whatever it is, beat detective, onto a fucking guitar. So then it's like with the
right.
I hear that, but there's no stopping it. That is an entirely new thing in a genre, that my son turned me on to a lot of that. There's a metal thing that's huge. That's the bands that are on YouTube that I've never fucking heard of. They're getting
I think the audience has gotten spoiled too, though, because they know the technology is out there, so they're expecting perfection. They don't want to hear an imperfect song.
Yeah,
people don't appreciate the imperfections like we used to hear on like live albums in the 70s. Like they leave them in there.
Well, it depends. Like I always tell people, there is no clear cut line because imperfections mean what? Let's face it, Earth, Wind, and Fire had no imperfections, and that was 100% analog tape, no digital editing, and there are no fucking mistakes anywhere.
It can be done.
That's because those dudes can play.
Yeah. So it can be done.
A drum set, and it's perfect. So then is that to say Josh is bad for playing perfect? No. All right. So, what are we really talking about? Imperfections were bands that had mistakes for real, and they just allowed them to go on the record.
Yeah.
Right in the same year, 1973, you go listen to Heart, Magic Man. There's no mistakes on that, bro. That's how good those people are.
Right.
They're that
the talent was real. Yeah, the talent was undeniable.
And Wilson's singing that good. They're not auto-tuning it. It's that good. All those records, man. Go listen to Carry On Away with Sun. That shit is perfect.
Yeah.
That's just a producer sitting there and the band being good enough to play that way, especially the drummers back then. But then you have, like, you could argue, well, I like Charlie Watts on songs where you can hear him directly being out of time. There's some, and Queen, man, there's moments where Brian May is. I hear these things because I play drums and I'm rhythmic, and I'm like, oh my god, they definitely. There's an argument that you could just leave all that shit in there. Nobody fucking knows any better. And then there's the argument that that's not how shit was. It's just every now and then on albums it was, but you can just go play an Earth, Wind, and Fire record and be like, there's
perfection. Yeah.
Everybody on the album's playing exactly right.
Yeah.
Pro Tools, bro. And there's plenty of Pro Tools recordings that sound like dog shit and they're playing out of time because the band sucks. That's just, there is no clear cut anything. It's a big gray area. And whatever sells, and that's what people want to fucking hear. And mostly it comes down to vocal hooks in the song itself. And the individual is not like an actual connoisseur of music or a musician, which is the majority of people buying the record, aren't able to hear any of that. They just hear like a storyline they like, and they hear the song, and it's the emotion behind the song.
Yeah, a track or two resonates with them.
Just everybody's got to kind of remember that. There will always be an opposing opinion on every side of every single thing.
Yeah,
like people that say like one of the classic ones for me is like there are people, I think Witt did one time, he's like, yeah, I don't really like new country, man. I like the old school stuff. And I was like, cool. Like, what old school song do you like the most? And he's like, I don't know, really. I said, well, what new country song do you hate? And he's like, I don't know, really. I really don't really know, So the next day, he's like, you're totally right. It's like the kid that it's like, man, I love Metallica. He's like 13, It was like, well, what song do you like?
I don't know.
I just like them, like that. A lot of the world is just that. There's not a whole lot of actual facts going on. Like, wait, what do you not like about? Like, just give me one example, basically.
Just they would know their favorite track if it came on, but they can't name it by name. Not hardcore enough.
That country hardcore is silly unless you know what songs that you like from the old country. Then you could say that, but most people don't. It's like it's sort of a fad term, and of course across the spectrum, old, new, whatever, medium.
Yeah,
there's always great songs in there somewhere, or it wouldn't have been huge. That's another thing I try to keep my eye on too. Is like if something blows through the roof and I don't understand it, I'm gonna spin it till I figure out what the fuck it is that people like about it. And I can it's got
to have something. It's got to have something that's resonating.
And it does. Every fucking time I'm like, oh, okay. I can see why this is popular with people. There's a reason it's not. It's like, and then there's the other. I loved for years that one. Like, oh well, they just force it down everybody's throat till they buy. Well, that's not true at all because in the days of 100% radio. And even more so now with organic views and people becoming popular on YouTube. Even back then, like you can't just be forced down radio. People have to call in because that's what advertisers are paying for. They're paying callers. And so hit songs are hit songs because people want to hear them. So you can't take the public out of the equation. You can't say, well, the radio caused this thing to be huge. That's really not the case. And maybe there's radio department right now that tell me I'm full of shit and say, no, we paid all the money to get it, whatever. But at some point, you still got all these people buying it,
right?
You still got people that want to hear it, which means it's a hit song and it's popular. So the angry artist that didn't make it or whatever can't really say that 100%. It's not true. The growth of things is generally because the public, which you can't put a target on. It's a moving target. That's what's so beautiful about it. The public will suddenly like some shit that you didn't think they would like.
Right.
Did the same thing.
Right, let me ask you, man. Let me ask you where you stand in the music of, completely off topic here, man, but I just wrote down the keyword to ask you. Where do you stand in the music of Corey Feldman?
Oh, he's the greatest.
The greatest. Yeah, as a guitar player, man, like you look at him and say, wow, right?
Me and Witt, we're all trying to figure out.
Is it a hoax? Are we not in on it? Is it a joke and we're not in on it? Or is he really seriously trying to portray himself as a musician? Or is it just one of those big, huge practical jokes? Like when Joaquin Phoenix was going to quit acting, remember?
And ended up making I'm Still Here, which is one of the funniest.
Hilarious.
I've ever watched. I was dying, man.
And if you remember, he came out and did that appearance on the Letterman show. Remember, and he acted weird and didn't say anything. And
yeah, and I saw that shit live, and I was like,
yeah, so did I.
When Ben Stiller comes over to his fucking house, dude, oh my God, that shit is the greatest.
I feel like maybe Corey Feldman is trolling us, and we're just not into it.
Either way, it's so rad, man. When he was on that, what's the thing you stand on and those things that move around? He was just doing that. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, man. Whatever.
The video that the video you got to look for on YouTube now is him. He's been going out playing these live shows. Oddly enough, opening for Fred Durst, and he's playing these guitar solos, man. And he just like discovered like that trigger button that makes everything go on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And he's just doing it and making these cool guitar contorted faces, and it's just
man, it's
hilarious,
greatest. I love it. I don't care if it's a joke or not or whatever's happening. It's unreal. And I'm glad that the world has something like that for me to see, man. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? This is great.
I mean, the only reason he's getting a pass is because he gave us the Lost Boys and the Goonies, and
and for the most part, I think I saw him. I think it was Billy Corgan's new podcast, and I was like, whoa, man! Like, I don't know, I kind of think it's real, which makes even that much more fascinating to me.
Yeah, I do believe I do believe he looks at himself and sees an accomplished, amazing musician.
Yeah, man, it's the raddest thing I've ever seen. And when he dances, the Michael Jackson dances.
Yeah.
It's great. It's the shit.
And I can't lie, man. I did enjoy his autobiography, man. The audiobook was in his voice, man. Choreography.
Really? Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it. So if people want to follow you, obviously Ugly Kid Joe's got a website, man. Is there anything that you'd promote or any place where you want people to check out? You on Instagram, any of that stuff?
Not really. No, I'm not. I lately haven't been doing much social media. I've been off of Facebook for like a year over.
Well, people can find out what's going on with Ugly Kid Joe.
You just follow Ugly Kid Joe on all social media platforms, which you can connect through the website. Which I think. And
obviously, man, like, does your production company or like you producing? Do you have a website like where people like reach out and find you?
My resume is on DaveFortman.com. Just shit, you can go play songs or videos or I forget what you can do, but that's all up there. Yeah. But no, not really to like a fucking There's no promotion site or anything to promote really. Okay. Yeah, I'm just hammering away with whatever I'm doing at the time and living life.
Listen, man. I always appreciate you doing this, and I love chopping it up with you, man. And
anytime.
You are a great guest, man, and I love that you just like to come on here and chop it up, man. And cool. Very easy conversation, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, my pleasure.
I appreciate it, man. Best of luck. I can't wait for the Ugly Kid Joe music. When the new music drops, we'll jump on here and we'll definitely do it again.
Yeah, let's go again for sure, man. Just let me know.
I appreciate you, man. Good talking to you, my friend.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Later, brother. There he goes, folks. Dave Fortman, Ugly Kid Joe, guitar player, producer extraordinaire. Man, he's worked with some great ones, man. He's worked his way through that amazing NOLA scene, Superjoint Ritual, Soylent Green, I Hate God, Crowbar, Godsmack, Snot, Mudvayne, Evanescence. He's got a stacked resume, as they would say in the business. I actually don't know if that's what they would say in the business, but it sounds good. He does have a stacked resume, though. That Evanescence album blew up, man. 17 million copies, man. So the man knows what he's doing and gave us many, many great albums with Ugly Kid Joe. Of course, everybody knows Cats in the Cradle, their cover. Everybody knows I Hate Everything About You. I don't even think it's called I Hate Everything About You. I think it's just Everything About You, but I like to throw the I hate in there. So hopefully people can appreciate that. So always appreciate my guy, Dave Fortman, coming on here, man. Go check out what Ugly Kid Joe is doing. Keep tabs on them on their website. And potential musicians, obviously, Dave Fortman is available to produce your amazing album. So always great to catch up with him. Hope you guys dug that episode. Make sure to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing and PodScum. We share a Facebook page. Check us out on Facebook. Updates on what both podcasts are doing. Obviously, Off the Couch Boxing got you covered with the pugilism needs. And, of course, PodScum for your music, arts, entertainment. Watch them both. That would be even greater. I would appreciate that. But, again, I'll take I'll take what I can get. So follow us there. And of course, if you're on the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tapped in. This is where you really need to be, right here, for these amazing conversations like we just had with Dave Fortman. Big ups to him, man. And again, stay tapped in, guys. And remember, and most importantly, to take it easy and keep it sleazy.